Power Apps, one of the templates that's available from Microsoft is something called Book a Room, and it offers a list view and it connects up to your existing room mailboxes in Exchange and offers you this different kind of interface for booking it. Doesn't look like it's intended for desks or equipment or anything like that, which is what led us to thinking, okay, how is that done? How can we improve on it? And you can see here an early example where we've added a capacity and a resource type, where we also added a filter here, added desks. So the next big question was, could we do an office floor plan with interactive hotspots on top of this?
Yeah.
So that led us to a whole other app. And this is where we got to a one-page, 3-step booking app in Power Apps with a floor plan and interactive hotspots. Let me show you how it works. So step 1, select your date and time. So I'm going to book for Wednesday. It assumes we want all day. If you want to, you can change it to AM or PM. At that point, it's gone off and checked the availability of all the resources on the floor plan for the date and time. You see some of them have gone red to say they're not available. And if I click on those, you can see it's pulling back the metadata. It shows me this is the Redwood room. It's a meeting room, 632, but I can't book it because it's unavailable. So let me pick a desk 106, that's available. Okay, click. This has been booked. It's really simple. It's a really nice design. And the benefit of this is it sits on top of your resource mailboxes. So if you've already got resource mailboxes, this gives you a way of having this kind of floor plan with interactive hotspots, which you can build yourself in Power Apps. And you can push this app into Teams as well.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so if you've got the skills in Power Apps, then you can build this kind of thing. We've also written a how-to guide to help you with setting up the hotspots. But there are some pros and cons to how this is working. For example, the original Book a Room Power App and this both operate as the user, as if I'm booking it through Outlook. In effect, it's created a calendar item in my calendar and it's sent a meeting request to Desk 106. And it automatically creates me a meeting, free or busy. And the benefit of that is that, if I book something here and somebody else is looking at resource availability in Outlook, well, everything's going to line up. You're not going to get double bookings. Everything's working off the same, the same truth, which is the resource mailboxes. But also, I might go into my calendar and cancel that meeting from my calendar or move it to a different date. But of course, our app doesn't know anything about that. And then the downside of that is, well, you can't build reporting into this in a way that says, show me all the bookings that have been made by people on certain days of the week and things like that, because you haven't got that information, because people might be booking or cancelling directly in Outlook, for example.
So it's not a two-way sync between the Power App itself.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
The other limitation, as soon as you go to more buildings and more floors, that's where things then get a little unwieldy, because you do have to manage it through SharePoint lists. What's the name of this resource? What type of resource is it? How many people does it sit? That kind of thing. But also, what are the coordinates of the hotspots on this plan? As soon as you go to multiple maps, you also have to know which hotspots are on which maps and that kind of thing. It's the management of that data. There isn't a nice front end to manage that with, or any kind of auditing on who's managing that data. It's all done through SharePoint lists. So it's kind of like, raw data in effect.
Yeah. Then you run the risk of ending up with one person with a lot of very detailed knowledge about a very specific thing.
There is that, yeah.